What really happened to Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa? Was their death truly the natural result of old age, or is something far darker at play? The mystery surrounding the legendary actor's passing has stunned Hollywood and left a trail of unanswered questions. Gene Hackman, known for his roles in classics like The French Connection, Unforgiven, and The Royal Tenenbaums, had retired from acting and lived a quiet life in New Mexico with his wife. But his death, initially thought to be from natural causes, quickly became the subject of an investigation that unearthed hidden secrets about his life. Hackman's passing at the age of 95 seemed inevitable given his age and the physical toll a career in Hollywood often takes. It appeared, for all intents and purposes, to be a peaceful end to his celebrated life. But as authorities delved deeper into his death, startling new evidence surfaced that raised disturbing questions about his final years. What started as a routine investigation soon turned into one of the most perplexing cases in recent memory. What secrets had Hackman hidden from the world? And why did his quiet life appear to have been so carefully constructed to shield his true self? The most shocking discovery came when investigators examined Hackman's estate. Hidden compartments, secret rooms, and even an underground bunker were uncovered, places that Hackman had kept entirely concealed. These findings painted a picture of a man living with an intense need for privacy, so much so that he went to extreme lengths to hide parts of his life from even those closest to him. Within these hidden spaces, authorities discovered encrypted files, confidential documents, and personal records, items that seemed to suggest Hackman had been involved in activities far removed from his public persona as a retired actor. But what were these activities? What was Hackman preparing for in his final years? And why had he gone to such lengths to keep it secret? Investigators have been working to decrypt the files, hoping they will provide answers. But for now, the documents remain a mystery, adding fuel to the theory that Hackman was involved in something far more sinister than anyone could have imagined. Another layer of mystery was revealed when photographs and letters were found at the estate. These communications were linked to individuals who had never been mentioned before in Hackman's life. Who were these people, and what role did they play in his life? Was Hackman secretly communicating with them in the days leading up to his death? These discoveries suggest that there was more to his private world than anyone could have realized, and the nature of these relationships raises more questions than answers. The intrigue deepened when investigators found a series of strange phone records and text messages from Hackman's phone. Some of the messages were cryptic, while others suggested a sense of urgency and concern that had never been apparent before. Hackman's final days were a whirlwind of unanswered questions. What was he preparing for, or trying to prevent? Could these communications reveal that Hackman was involved in a conspiracy, or was he simply a man caught up in something he couldn't escape? Hackman's death had originally been thought to be the result of natural causes, especially considering his advanced age. But with the discovery of secret communications, encrypted files, and hidden compartments, authorities began to question whether something far darker was at play. Could it be that Hackman was trying to protect himself from an unseen threat? Or was he merely living in fear of something he couldn't control? The investigation into Hackman's death was further complicated by reports of strange activity in the days leading up to his passing. Friends, colleagues, and family members had not heard from him in weeks, and attempts to reach him had gone unanswered. It wasn't until maintenance workers arrived at his home for a routine check that the bodies of Hackman and his wife were found. The circumstances surrounding their deaths were perplexing. While authorities initially suspected carbon monoxide poisoning, this theory was quickly ruled out after thorough testing of the gas lines. But the oddities continued. Signs of neglect and isolation were found in the house, indicating that Hackman and his wife had been left alone for some time before they were discovered. This only deepened the mystery surrounding their deaths. What had happened to Hackman and his wife? Why had they been left in isolation? And what could have led to such a tragic and unusual end? As investigators continued to piece together the timeline of events leading up to Hackman's death, each new discovery seemed to raise more questions than answers. What was Hackman hiding? Why had he gone to such lengths to conceal these secrets from the world? Was he living in fear of something he couldn't escape? With every new revelation, the investigation grew more complicated. Was Hackman involved in a conspiracy? Did he know something that no one else did? And was he preparing for something he felt was imminent? The idea that Hackman, a man who had spent most of his life in the public eye, could retreat into such secrecy was both surprising and chilling. It suggested that there was more to his life and more to his death than anyone could have imagined. What Hackman feared, or why he went to such extreme lengths to protect his privacy, remains unknown. But one thing is clear: the investigation into his death will continue to raise more questions. Each piece of evidence uncovered only serves to make the mystery more complex, ensuring that Hackman's legacy, once thought to be simple and straightforward, is now one of the most puzzling in Hollywood history. As authorities continue their search for answers, one can't help but wonder, what is the truth behind Gene Hackman's death? Was he living in fear, preparing for something he couldn't prevent, or simply trying to live out his final years in peace? The investigation into his life and death continues to evolve, and with every new discovery, the story becomes even more compelling. Gene Hackman, a legendary actor, may have left behind a trail of secrets that will change everything we thought we knew about his life and career. The truth may never fully be revealed, but the investigation promises to uncover more shocking twists as it unfolds. Will the public ever learn the full story? The mystery surrounding Hackman's death is one that may haunt Hollywood for years to come.